Hello everyone and welcome to Pangisa Arts. Today I'm going to teach you how to make the famed Avengers logo. To start, we're going to start with the paper white side up and we're going to fold in half, making this edge touch this edge. Making this edge touch this edge. It's important to be precise in this model, like all the other models, because mistakes will be costly. So after you fold it in half, unfold and rotate 90 degrees, and then fold in half again. Unfold, and we're going to fold each side to the middle. So I'm going to make this side touch this. And then I'm going to crease, and that's the fold. I'm going to unfold this, rotate 90 degrees, and do the same with this edge, and this edge. So once you've folded all four edges, you're going to fold each edge to this crease, to the nearest crease. So I'm going to make this edge touch this crease. We're going to fold and unfold. And then I'm going to do the same here, here, and here. Okay, so once you've done with all four folds, you're going to fold each edge to the second crease from the top. So this is the second crease from the top. And so I'm going to fold this edge to this crease. And then I'm going to unfold. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other three edges. So I'm going to rotate 90 degrees and count the second crease from the bottom and fold this edge to that crease. Second crease from the top. So now this is an 8x8 grid, and to test if this 8x8 grid is, if each of these squares are exact squares, we are going to fold this flap forward. Then the next crease, we are going to fold it backwards. Like this. We're going to fold this one forwards. The next one backwards. And we're going to carry on doing that till we reach the end. So when you reach the end, if this side aligns, or more or less aligns like here, this is what's going to tell you if you've got an exact grid. As you can see, mine's a little bit off, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to refold the grid, but I'm going to do that later. So then to test the other side, I'm going to rotate 90 degrees and fold the other side up, the next one backwards. I'm basically going to do the same thing I did going this way. Right, and so this one is pretty much in the same condition, but it's a little bit better. I don't know if you can see that. Right, so now once you've done that, this will be your 8x8. Once you're sure that your 8x8 grid is perfect, this is what it's going to look like. Okay, so now we're going to create two diagonals from the center of the paper, which is right here, to this corner and this corner. So we're going to first make this fold here, this crease here, and we're going to fold this corner to this corner. Then making sure this edge and this edge are aligned, and that this end is pointy, I'm going to crease up to the halfway mark. Like that. Then I'm going to unfold, and I'm going to take this corner and I'm going to fold it to this corner. Line this edge and make sure this side is pointy. And creasing up to the halfway point here. So then I'm going to unfold, and now we've got these two diagonals and an 8x8 grid. So I'm going to fold the bottom flap up, the bottom first crease up, like this, and leave it like that. Then I'm going to fold this second one and unfold it. Like that. And I'm going to fold the top, and then unfold it. Okay, now on this is going to be one very important point on both sides of the paper. So we are going to fold this and this at the same time, and it's going to create like an ear with this flap. So when I fold this, I'm going to fold this at the same time, and I'm going to run my fingers along the crease, along this edge, till it reaches this converging point. Once it reaches there, I'm going to take this diagonal and I'm going to squeeze it and make sure it's like that. Then I'm going to put my index finger on the back of the paper, my thumb and other index finger right here, and I'm going to squeeze it together so that it's pointy. Then I'm going to push this flap up like this. And then I'm going to do the same over here. So I'm lifting this up and I'm going to push this and this at the same time. I want this to be pointy like this. Right, just like that. So now I'm going to turn over I'm going to fold this bottom flap along this crease right here. I'm going to fold it down and then I'm going to unfold it and I'm going to fold along this crease. I'm going to fold this edge and then I'm going to unfold it. Now we're going to do the same thing over here. So this is going to be our new converging point. These two right here. So I'm going to fold this down and I'm going to fold this at the same time. Make sure this diagonal forms like this. That diagonal closes in like this, and I'm going to carry on pushing them and sliding my fingers over here to this point. And I'm going to make sure the point is pointy and smoothen out the creases. Then I'm going to do the same over here. So I'm going to fold this crease like this like this, and at the same time I'm going to make sure this crease right here, it's a valley, and I'm going to converge it here. Right, and then I'm going to move this flap upwards like this, and the same over here, making sure these two edges are in line with each other when I fold. Right, just like that. Then we're going to turn over and we're going to do the same thing. So I'm going to fold down on this flap and this one, and it's going to converge right here. Like that, and I'm going to do the same over here. So I'm going to fold this flap, push this flap down, and run my fingers along the crease, this crease here, so that they meet right here. Right, now I'm going to push these flaps together down like this, and I'm going to put my index finger here and just make sure that when I push these things, this flap, and this flap, that they all meet at this point. And then I'm going to fold these two flaps up. Like this. Right, so once I've done that, I'm going to turn over, and on this crease here and here, I'm going to create two valley folds. So I'm going to put my index finger here on this flap, push it down, and then at the same time I'm going to close this model in half, so it will look like this. Right, just like that. So now we're going to rotate the model so that the square side is at the top and the white inside, the mostly white inside, is facing the left. And we're going to mark 3 creases from this crease right here. So I'm going to mentally do it. 1, 2, and the third one is here. And I'm going to turn the model over now, and I'm going to mark the first crease from the top, which is right here. I'm also going to mark the third crease from the bottom over here. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to turn the model back over like how it originally was. I'm going to bend this flap down like this so that this crease, this point here, wait, it should be here. Okay, so it's like this. I'm going to bend this flap backwards like this so that this point and this point touch. I'm not going to crease. And it'll be like that. Okay, now I'm going to unfold this so that I make sure that this bend is already here. And I'm going to take this flap, this half of the paper. So this will be the dividing line. I'm going to take this half of the paper and I'm going to fold it in half. When I fold in half, I'm going to firmly squeeze these edges together and this edge. And I'm going to make a firm crease. Right, like that. And it's going to stop at this mark right here. So just like that. Now I'm going to turn over, and just this top flap, I'm going to fold in half. Actually both flaps, I'm going to fold them in half. I'm going to firmly hold this edge and this edge together. And I'm going to firmly squeeze them in half till this half mark right here. If you want, you can do both flaps separately, if that's easier. Okay, so once you fold both flaps in half up to this mark, we're going to turn back over and we're going to reorientate it in our original position, like this. Now I'm going to bend this flap back down along that already made bend, and I'm going to align this point and this point. Now I'm still not going to crease. Now along this half mark, use this as a reference point. Find the middle between this half mark and this edge along this line. So if I have here, this is a line, this is my half line. The midway point on this line here is about here. So now I'm going to take this third mark and I'm going to line it up with this new mark that I've made, like this, and then I'm going to crease. Make sure that it's fairly accurate. You don't really want any mistakes here. Right, just like that. Then crease firmly. Okay, now take this top flap here and lift it up along this crease. Just like that. Now we're going to focus on this corner here. So fold this corner to this point. It will form a crease along here. Just like that. Okay, so now fold this backwards, like this. Fold this edge to this crease. Right there. Unfold it and unfold this flap also. Now pinching just this crease here, just pinch it lightly. Move this edge to this crease right here. Then align it and crease. When you do this, you want to make sure that both of these tiny triangles are approximately the same area, and that this line right here intersects half of this line. So I don't know if you can see, but mine is a little bit off. So I'm going to move mine a little bit further back. Right, and so it should look like this. Okay, so reorientate the model like this. Take this flap and move it up like this. Move it up like this, so that this point sticks out. Just about. So if you again take this edge and you find the midway point of it, you want this tiny triangle to stick out past that midway point. No, at that midway point. So it will look like that. Then also you want this edge to be parallel to this edge. Then crease very, very sharply. Like that. Okay, take this and pull it out. Reverse this crease, this one right here. And reverse this crease right here. This one. Then again crease sharply. Like that. Okay, unfold this flap and take this corner and wait, give me a second. Take this corner and fold it backwards so that the edge of this new crease will be along this triangle. And it's going to do the same here. Now pull the model apart like that, and we're going to reverse these 4 creases, the ones I just marked. So we're going to do that by folding backwards on here, on this crease here, then opening the model and pushing in just this crease, this part of the crease that is in between this triangle. This triangle here. Just push it in. Now, along the crease that I just outlined, press the creases so that they form. And then slowly collapse the model like this. And then you're going to do the same over here. Like that. Now, this crease here, we are going to, with this crease as a mark, we're going to fold this flap, this top edge flap down, like this. Now, over here, this is going to fold down and it's going to create that triangle. We want this crease that's going to form to be how do I say this? We want it to be as straight as possible. So just crease up to this one here. Just crease up to there. And a little bit past. Then fold it back up. And do the same down here. Now refold along this crease, like that. Okay, take the crease that we just made, this one that's right here, and fold backwards on it. Now at this point right here, you want this redirected crease to form, and to make its way, it doesn't matter, but to make its way a little bit past. So maybe make the new edge 1/4 of an inch, 2/4, half an inch. So like this. Then I'm going to press it like that. Then I'm going to refix this arrow so that it's again parallel with this edge. Then on this crease right here, fold backwards like that. And there's your arrow. So now you can fold this top flap. You can fold this top flap down like this. And then turn them all over. Okay, so now here is one of the most difficult parts of this model. If you haven't already found it difficult. We are going to fold this flap in half and this flap in half. So firmly hold this edge together, and then while you're holding, press this edge down like this, and this will keep it from slipping a tremendous amount. Then while squeezing, fold in half, then let your fingers go and fold. Then when you're done with the fold, try and push all the layers together so that they form one edge. This is very hard to do because of the thickness of the paper, so don't aim for perfection. And then we're going to fold up to this point here. So when we were folding this in half, this was the point in which the crease stopped. So we're going to fold up to there. Then turn over and make sure that this arrow is perpendicular, straight, and parallel with this line. Then turn back over and we're going to fold this in half. So this one is a lot trickier. So what we need to do is push with our index finger here. Firmly hold this edge, and with our thumb bend the paper in half, while firmly squeezing it down onto the whatever surface you're using it you're using to fold. Like that, and then we're just going to fold in half over here. And up here. So this is a little bit of a special case. So at this point here, which on the outside is right here, we're going to fold up to there. Now, as you can see, already a crease will start to form. Just let that crease form naturally. Like that. Right, turn over, and we are very, very close to being finished. So now, at this point, your model will have somehow slipped apart. So you want to bend this in or out. When you've got your correct position, you squeeze here at the top and it will reinforce the crease. Then here, you just want to pull this while firmly holding here, up or down. Right, so mine is more or less straight. I don't really mind. If you fiddle with it long enough, it will be like this. Okay, now this side here, we are going to open up this flap here, like this. So we're going to partially unfold, and then we're going to unfold this blue flap here. Then we're going to refold. So take this crease and barely fold it in, then mount and fold the next crease, and then barely fold the next crease, mount and the next, etc, etc. Like that. Then I'm going to refold. Now fold this crease up like this, and this will create a type of lock for these layers. And then just fold. Now the layers will splay, but don't worry about that. Okay, so now open up the model, and with the splayed area simply bend them back into the model and fold it in. Like this. So that when you fold it back, you can't really see them. And then just carry on adjusting them until they're mostly invisible. Straighten out the model once more. Okay, now at the bottom here, we're going to fold this backwards. It's going to be almost parallel with this edge here. But we want that to be parallel here. So I'm going to fold backwards, and I'm going to bend this just a tiny bit. Like this. And so it will be straight with that. Then I'm going to fold this corner backwards, and then I'm just going to fold it behind this flap. Then once again straighten everything out. Adjust the model so that it looks more like a logo than like a random assortment of paper. A random fold of paper. And you will be done. So this is the Avengers logo. Please don't worry or get upset if you messed it up. I've worked on this model way too many times. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please consider liking and commenting. I appreciate hearing what you people say about this video and others. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good day. Bye.